is cheaper. Oh, hi.
Is it? Is
Yeah.
StreamYard cheap?
Well, I thought it was at one point.
They're about the same. Because like
Okay.
StreamYard went up to like $50 a month or something like
Oh,
that.
damn,
So
really?
yes,
Oh,
everything went up. Like that's when I was like, I got to get off StreamYard. And I did, and I went to EV Mux, and it's just as expensive. But I pay
it just
yearly, so
oh. Yeah, it
it's
just
like a discount.
comes out of my thing monthly, and I just never look at like the way I feel is if I look at my bank account, then I get sad. If I don't look at my bank account and I just keep spending money, eventually it gets replenished every week. So if I'm not looking, it's the most immature way to handle
Oh,
finances.
that is a way to handle finances.
It's not the
A
way.
way. It's not the preferred way, but it is a way.
Not by
But
people with houses and bills.
yeah. I mean, you could do it that way, but it might not end the best.
No.
But I mean, we're finally out of WrestleMania season. We're in Backlash season because
The arm
boy,
back.
like Backlash used to always just be a bunch of running it back. Let's do a bunch of rematches from WrestleMania, or if somebody interfered in the WrestleMania match, that will be a Backlash match. This year's Backlash, I mean, a little bit of that, but at the same time, who cares? It's 2 weeks from now. Like,
They,
why do I care?
they I said it to Kenny in the chat. They just bunch everything together so much now because they're just trying to make money that they're not letting any stories breathe. You're not getting a chance to build.
What's going on, Ace? Thank
Hey,
you so much for joining. Always popping in. I mean, I know he wants to talk wrestling because
he
he knows all
does.
about your shirt.
He does. Even with the fake.
He knows what that means.
He does. He does.
But yeah, like we're going into Backlash, and we had an exciting Raw after WrestleMania. I mean, for the most part, it was okay. A lot of call ups, and I was really anticipating Friday's SmackDown,
Mm.
and I was somewhat surprised, but at the same time, I mean, it was SmackDown. It was SmackDown.
The most positive thing I've seen about SmackDown is that they're going to go again. They're going back to 2 hours. I don't know when eventually, but they keep flip flopping.
Well, here's the thing. Wrestling and wrestling fans are so fickle because when they go down to 2 hours, they'll have like a month of hot shows, and everybody's like, I want more wrestling.
Right.
Then they give you more wrestling, then they give you mid shows, and you're like, man, I don't need 3 hours of wrestling.
Right.
We do it to ourselves
We
because
do.
we ask for 3 hours of Raw.
We don't have Road Dogg to blame anymore. And this mysteriously fake IWC that's out there blaming people for things I still don't believe in.
I mean, it is real. It is legit. But yeah, like we keep asking for 3 hours. Like they're gonna do 2 hours, and they're gonna have some banger episodes.
Yep.
And then everybody wants more, right?
Yep.
Nothing's ever good enough. Just like with Homelander, nothing will satisfy you.
No,
as a fan.
I'm 1.5 back on that right now.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I had a long week and I'm watching playoff hockey, and I almost went last night. I wasn't pulling the trigger on the ticket. I was hoping the ticket I was offered would come down, but $400 to stand for standing room only was not my idea of how to spend money.
I mean, unless they win.
I mean, they did win last night, so they do go to the second round, and it really probably would have been awesome to be there. But I went to see. I was at the Phillies game in 2023 when they beat the Padres to go to the World Series, and we know how that turned out. So,
I threw up in my mouth. I know if you're seeing me, it's me throwing up internally. We're talking about Phillies. Let's talk about wrestling. We don't want to talk about the Philadelphia Phillies. Let's talk about wrestling. Like a real team, a real sport. No. I mean,
Mm,
$400. $400. Like I mean, I would pay $400 to go to a Yankees playoff game. You probably $400 to get you in the parking lot of Yankee Stadium
I,
in
I
the playoff game.
the Phillies ticket was the seat. I was all the way up at the top. It was like 3 something I paid, and I just stood like because we have a spot where we always end up
Yeah.
standing at great sight lines. And it was great celebrating with everybody, and that was awesome, and the atmosphere was great, and I'm sure at Yankee Stadium it'd be great. And I'm very sad that I never got to see a game at the old Yankee Stadium. I always wanted to just see a game there. I never got to. I still would like to go see one at the new stadium just because of that building's an aura building too, right? Like there's there, and I understand as a fan of baseball, I would go see it. I would go
For
up
sure.
and play the Red Sox and then boo the Red Sox with all the other New York people. That's what I would.
I mean, you probably should, because if you don't, you might get beat up.
Right, right.
They get a little they get a little rabid there, especially like red. Yeah, there's a good chance that things won't end well. But back to wrestling. We talk about Yankees all day, but we won't. I know Ace will talk about
I know
Yankees
Ace.
all day.
Ace talks about it all day.
But we get to SmackDown, and they are doing something unique right now in the WWE. They've realized that everything that they've done previously was wrong, and they're trying to course correct. Like, not wrong, because it made money, but they're trying to. I feel like what they're doing now is they're trying to appeal to real wrestling fans. They're trying to give new people chances. And of course, before we get to SmackDown, of course, the elephant in the room is the releases, the Black Friday every year after WrestleMania. I don't think it's every year after WrestleMania. It's like randomly on a Friday, usually before SmackDown.
Right.
You just get the news that 20 people got released, and of course, the biggest notable name would be Kyrie Sane. To me, Aleister Black, Zelina Vega, Kyrie Sane. Um, the rest of the names made sense.
Yep.
Like they really weren't doing much. Apollo Crews became Matt Cardona's best friend in catering. The one person I really feel the worst for is Zoe Stark.
Yeah.
Zoe Stark didn't get it. Like, she was injured. And there were a few people who were injured on this list, but like, she apparently had just got cleared to come back and gets released. That's terrible. And I like Zoe Stark. I never thought she had the look or
Right.
the appeal of what WWE looks for in their women. She looked like a fighter. Like, and not saying she's an unattractive woman, but she doesn't
No, I get
have
what you mean.
that look, right? She
Right.
don't look like the Bella twins.
Correct.
But she could wrestle. Like, that's the thing. She could wrestle kind of like Ivy Nile. Like, she gets put in it. Like, she's not a diva, but also she's not as big as Rhea Ripley. So, she's not, and I mean big in stature. So they kind of put them in a bad place. But Kyrie Sane being gone, I mean, Kyrie apparently she didn't want to go to I've gotten conflicting reports on I don't care. Like, she's gone. As long as she's happy, as long as because she's gonna get work where, like, she can walk into any federation on the planet and be like, I'm your top person now. Like anywhere, Stardom, Shimmer, Glimmer, Glow, AEW, TNA. Like, she could walk anywhere and become instantly the top person.
Sure she's got phone calls. I saw the same thing. It was definitely as one thing says this, and then when somebody says this, then another person says this, and you don't know who to believe. And it sucks that she's the one, I think, out of all the people that left, she's the one that you just kind of go, damn, because you were like right in the middle of an actual good storyline that was building to something. You got treated horribly in character on TV for months, and you don't get the payoff, which just it sucks.
It did.
Everybody else actually kind of makes sense. Aleister Black, it looked like they were kind of setting him up to do one thing, but it didn't work the way it was supposed to work for whatever reason, whether it was TKO made the decisions. No, Triple H made the decisions. No, and again, I miss the days where the rumors were actually like legit and you knew what to believe. Now there's so many rumors, there's so much AI stories, and it's a shame. I hate to see people lose their jobs as human beings, but I'm pretty sure most of them can get work.
No, for sure. Like on the name recognition, other than like the evolved talent who might have a harder time. But like everybody else, all you have to do is former WWE superstar, FKA, known,
Right.
now Shotzi, living the dream. Shotzi goes everywhere, calls her shots.
Yep.
No pun intended. She gets booked everywhere she wants to go. You can do it. Like, I mean, she had a name before WWE as well, though. She was known on the independents way before the WWE. But just having that behind your name, you're gonna get work.
The only other one that I read that was it sounds at least possibly true was the only reason WWE grabbed the Motor City Machine Guns was so they wouldn't go to AEW at the time, and they're going to end up in AEW anyway. So all you really did was like you brought them in, you gave them the belts, they were hot, and then you just kind of swept them under the rug, and you were making them almost Johnny Gargano sidekicks for a little bit, and then they're going to go to AEW, and good luck.
It's probably 10 years too late.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both a little older. They'll go to AEW and have great matches. They're a better fit for AEW, period. Like there's certain people when they're like, oh, they're a free agent, they should go to W. No, they shouldn't. Right?
Right.
Aleister Black, to me, never really fit the W. Like everything about him sounds like it would. Like he has the look, but nothing else. Like he does nothing else bigger. He has a great move set. He has the look, but like he's the definition of this guy's an entrance, and the entrance alone. Like nothing he's ever. You can't quote anything Aleister Black has ever said.
Nope.
Like nobody can go back to the promo where Aleister Black, got him on their feet. Like you just can't. You can't find that. And they paired him up with Zelina, but Zelina is not the greatest mouthpiece either. She's not bringing the heat, like, because in all honesty, people actually really like Zelina has always had like a little pocket of fans. They're generally on the East Coast. When she goes to Iowa, everybody's sitting on their thumbs. But I mean, it kind of. Like the writing was on the wall. I feel bad, they lost their job. And once again, I don't look at that stuff, and maybe, having a show, a live stream where we're talking about it, it irritates me because 90% of it's false. Like people are bringing this stuff up, and they're trying to get clicks, and I just don't want to be a click for them, and they don't deserve it. Like I get it, Sean Ross Sapp. I was in the chat, besmirching his name. But for the most part, he does just put out, hey, this is what I know. These people were released. And he very rarely gives like salacious, I heard that, they wanted to do this. So I give him credit for that. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like the NBA. And I equate it to the NBA or any professional sporting entity. At the end of the year, people in the NBA, they were in the league last year, but they're gone now, right? I don't remember when Nick Young left the league. He just was gone. They didn't make a big broadcast out of it. New people came up, and we got to see that on Friday. New people came up to the league, to the big leagues, and they released the other guys, the older guys, the guys who weren't hitting, they go down to the minors, they go wherever they go in every league. It's just the nature of the business. There are people who put out all these hit pieces and TKO's the devil. It's like, bro, everybody can't ride the wave. Everybody can't stay.
You can't have 40.
It's unsustainable.
No, you can't have 70 people on a roster and get spots for 70 people every night. You're You're doing more harm to them by not putting them on TV and putting them in the back and paying them. Like, and I guess maybe that opens up a different conversation of, well, maybe if they did house shows, these people would still be employed because they would get to do house shows.
But
Maybe.
nobody goes to the house shows to see
Right.
Apollo Crews. They want Randy Orton. I didn't come here to see Apollo Crews. I
No.
came here to see Cody Rhodes.
Right.
They do house shows. The big names got to go to the house shows, or people stop going to house shows.
Right.
Like, unfortunately, that's the way it is. Like, that simply is economics, is business. AEW has a huge roster, and you will never see 60% of their roster. You will only see 20 to 30% every week on TV. And they're Private Party. I haven't seen Private Party in like 5 months. Like,
but yeah, I mean, it's you can go back and forth about it all you want. And again, the articles. Okay, well, TKO made the cuts. No. Triple H made the cuts. He just got a big new contract or a new contract. I'm assuming it's going to be a big contract because it's Triple H. But they signed him to a multi-year deal, so he's the guy, and that's great. That's fine.
Imagine after WrestleMania if TKO said, "Hey, we're not going to renew your contract. We're going to bring in another guy."
Brian Gerwin.
You want to talk about backlash? They had no choice. Like, if I was Triple H, it was like, "Yo, y'all gonna pay me because literally I am the face of this." Like, unless Stephanie McMahon took that job, or Shane, if they hired Shane O'Mac to come take that job, that would be the only. If it's not a McMahon, it has to be Triple H. Like, nobody else, or unless Shawn Michaels. Like, Shawn Michaels, you're doing a great job at NXT. We need you, and it's like, bro, that would be so effed up.
Yeah, it would.
But then again, TKO is TKO. They really don't care. Like,
no,
they really do.
No, it's all about.
They care about money.
They're a business. It's all about money to them.
They are. And speaking of things being all about money, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get to SmackDown because Jacob Fatu, who needs that title, he needs it. I need to feed my family. I need to send my kids to private schools like you, Roman. I need all of this. Comes out and says, "I need this stuff." Like, he cuts these so realistic promos. Like, you feel so invested in his story.
Yep.
And then the Usos came out and confused me. Because, like, what are you? Where are we? Are we in 2000 and are we back in 2019, 2020 again? Like, what's going on?
I love what they're doing with Jacob, because when they did this with Solo, they propped Solo up. I need to be the tribal chief. I need to Ulafala. I need to lead the bloodline. Yes. And what they're doing with Jacob is, and maybe they learned that wasn't the way to go, and that really didn't do anything good for Solo. He had some great matches, but then in the end, now he's on SmackDown with a bunch of people that aren't really his family. What they're doing with Jacob is he's not saying that he needs to be the tribal chief, that he needs to run the bloodline. He's coming, like you said, from a very real world position, and he wants to feed his family. He wants the cars. He wants the money. He wants the houses, better school for his kids, food for his family. It's real. And everybody can kind of reach out to that and go, I feel that. Like, I can't be the tribal chief, but I can understand you wanting to go for, okay, you want to better your family? That I understand. Now I'm going to gravitate.
I slightly disagree with that. Right.
Okay.
I don't think going for the tribal chief was Solo's issue. It was because Solo didn't carry himself. Like, Roman carries himself a certain way.
Right.
Solo carried himself at that time a completely different way. He wasn't taken seriously. So even if he beat Roman and he was proclaimed a tribal chief, nobody would ever believe. Now, Jacob, on the other hand, like, had wars with Romans, like, I want to be the tribal chief. I want to be the head of the table. And he won. I think it'll be a lot more believable.
Sure.
Because of just the way they've characterized Jacob, as opposed to how they've characterized Solo, because if we would have taken Enforcer Solo, the Solo that didn't speak, and just never let him talk and let him just wreck shop, that would have been a lot more believable than, suit
Yes.
wearing Solo who started joking. Even though I love that, like I love jokey Solo because he's funny,
He's
but
absolutely
he's not taken seriously.
no. And I agree with, and I think that's where they kind of, again, I also like funny Solo. So funny Solo is funny Solo. It's there are moments where you're like, damn, that's he's got a really good character, and then they change it, and then he's back to
Yes,
I'm wearing just the gloves and being super serious Solo, and
yes,
then you're just like, but you were just like funny Solo a minute ago. Like if Jacob comes out and starts cracking jokes and being goofy, that you completely ruin the character at this point that you've built up.
which is what WWE tends to do with a lot of their characters.
Hope
Like
it
they go
doesn't happen.
one way and then something happens, whether it doesn't stick or they want to try something new, and they just take away the essence of that character. They've done it with a lot of people, and Solo was just one of those people because he would have something they got over, and then they would just change it. His writing was so flip floppy, which is why I'm always scared of like Jacob going either fully face or fully heel. Like he's kind of a tweener now, but if he goes fully face, they just turn him into same thing with Trick. Don't change Trick from who he is right now.
Right.
You have to let them do it like The Rock. The Rock didn't change who he was. He didn't just become a good guy. He didn't turn into Rocky Maivia when he became a face. He still was the same person. And he found ways to craft that, and he just turned all of the bitter stuff. New Day did the same thing. All of the funny stuff that they would say as heels, they said it as faces just at the heels. And they
Right.
kept it, they kept their shtick. With Solo, they changed his shtick. Like
Yes.
they just they don't have that consistent writing, which is sad because Solo deserves better. He deserves so much better
I agree.
than what he got. But yeah, the Usos came out there. Then of course we get Solo and those guys coming out there, and talking about character work. Man, Tama Tonga, like he could be such a breakout star, but it's so weird because I don't know what they're doing with him. Like I don't
Yeah.
know where this is going, and I feel like they're prolonging this for some big payoff that's never going to happen.
If they could prolong it and keep planting seeds and make it work, it would be great. Because back in the day, they used to be able to do that. You used to be able to run a storyline for 6 months with people and keep teasing it. Like you started teasing something with Cody and CM Punk. It doesn't have to pay off Friday. You planted a seed. Now let that he doesn't have to come and challenge for the belt right away. That can be down the line, and there can be some cross interactions and whatnot. And if they do that with Tama Tonga and Solo, if they keep them close but keep the tension building, they did it with Jay and Roman. They built the tension and built the tension. They fought. He brought him in. Then they built the tension back up again. They were able to do that in a way that worked. I don't know if I have the confidence in the way that they've done things over the last couple of years, over the last year to 2 years, that they can do that with these two and keep it.
Well, there's a huge difference between
Well,
CM Punk and Cody Rhodes,
true.
Solo Sikoa, and like you could prolong CM Punk and Cody Rhodes 5 years. You could just keep dropping breadcrumbs because they're so over.
Right.
People are still gonna like they'll connect the dots whenever WWE decides to hit the finish line. But like with Tama and Solo, one, where's Shinsuke Nakamura? Where'd you disappear to, guy?
Just go.
And yeah, like he's gone. And two, like after a while, you just stop. Like when you prolong it, like you did with the Wyatt feud, that was a 6 month feud that had zero payoff at the end.
Right.
Like that does nobody wins at the end of it. Like the reason why you do those long bills like they were doing with Kyrie and Oscar was for somebody to win. And of course, I was wrong when I said Kyrie was going to come out the biggest superstar out of the Oscar, EO, and Kyrie thing. But like with this Tama's a star. Like Tama could be a star tomorrow. But if we keep doing this, him being with Solo doesn't help. Like
No.
Solo's not really uplifting him up to a different level. Because as we saw later in the show, you just put these guys in random tag matches and they do nothing. They just keep getting beat. They just keep taking pins. And it's not helping. Nobody in the MFT is gonna come out of this better. Like Jacob's already gone. He was the star. Let's get him out of it. Like let's get Tom out of there. Let's not wait. Like let's not hold on to this. But yeah, like this segment was okay. It was solid. Once
Right.
everybody got in the ring, that's when it kind of went left to me. But like Jacob coming in there, giving a promo, I was perfectly fine with that. The Usos coming down there, sounding like 2021 Bloodline Usos just threw me for a curve because they you don't want to challenge Roman. Roman will give you
Yeah.
where are we? Like what? I was waiting for Sammy Uso to come out there.
Thankfully, he did not.
Oh well, we got a little bit of that later.
Yeah. No, yeah.
But then we get to some action. Well, I think before we got to the action, we did get the highlight of Friday night. Danhausen going to the Miz house, which
Dude,
pretty funny.
It was hilarious. It was exactly what it needed to be. It wasn't Brian Pillman breaking into the house. No. Whole different. There's a whole different breaking into the house.
Oh my gosh! Like every camera cut, Danhausen's just there. He's in the pool. You told me to get out this pool. I got into the other pool. Like just, it was a great segment. Of course, bless the Miz, bless Maurice. To end the segment, but it was funny. Like Danhausen has got himself so over.
That's their actual house. Like
the Miz is rich.
Oh yeah. The Miz has money.
I did start watching American Gladiators. I watched the first episode and I just couldn't anymore because it's not the same.
No,
it's completely not the same. Not bad, but it was just like I don't want to waste my time watching this. But the Miz is doing good for himself. Outside of the WWE, and of course inside of WWE, he's one of their vets. I'm pretty sure they pay him very handsomely.
I'm sure
he's a great businessman.
Side stuff too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
He's still collecting that real world money, right?
He's collecting the Marine money. He's in the Marine 12 or whatever.
That's right.
Whatever it was. Yeah, he's doing damn good for himself. Then we get to a world title match, a U.S. title match, a match that I could care absolutely nothing about. We're teasing Julia versus Kiana now. We're teasing their dissension. I barely knew you guys. And Tiffany Stratton is your new U.S. champion. Thoughts?
It's good that she has a belt now, as long as she gets to defend it. Like and a lot of this isn't, as we found out with listening to Jade's been making the podcast rounds and the interview rounds. Mm-hmm. It's not the wrestler saying that they don't want to work and defend the belts. It's the creative team not giving them matches with the belts. I don't understand why. Like, I think she could be a good champion, and I think she can elevate. She's got the talent. I'm not her biggest fan on the mic. Like, after like a minute and a half, like I'm done listening to you because you're now saying the same thing over and over again. You're not giving me anything new to grab into. But wrestling wise, she's phenomenal as a wrestler. She's great in the ring. I think that if they give her the right program, she can be a great she can elevate that belt up. She's not going to do Becky Lynch work, and she's not going to bring the title all the way up here, but she could definitely elevate the belt. They didn't give Julia any real belt matches, did they?
I mean, they did, but it was against who?
Right.
Paige
That's
and
well. That's
B-Fab.
also the thing. We're getting call ups. We're getting we're getting a little infusion of talent from NXT, which is part of the reason some of the releases had to happen to bring some of the fresh blood up. I think it could be a good thing if they do it right, and you'll figure that out within the first 2 weeks of her reign. What she's going to do.
Well, Tiffany Stratton is in luck. She is in luck because she is not going to have to wrestle B-Fab and Michin.
No.
But who she is going to have to wrestle, Blake Monroe. Ladies and gentlemen, that feud is going to cook. That feud can make Tiffany Stratton into a megastar. It's not, because it's going to make Blake Monroe into a megastar.
That's fine.
But Blake Monroe, Tiffany Stratton is a ready-made feud to just, I mean, Blake can go, Tiffany can go. Do it. Do it now. Don't wait. Like, do it now, WWE. It is a ready-made feud. It could really, really do some huge numbers because Blake is debuting next week. So you got your answer right there. Or we could transition to another call up or another group of call ups who might have a say in that. Because the next match we get Alexa Bliss. I mean, I'm sorry, Paige and Brie. Is it Brie
Paige
that's
and
the
Brie.
one that's not injured? Okay,
Breeze,
yeah, Brie and Paige.
right.
Yeah, Brie and Paige. They come out there. Hey, we're the new world champions. This is my house. You know Paige. She says this is my house a whole bunch of times. Not for nothing. Paige looks great.
Yep.
Like she looks great. She looks healthy. I always say like she looks healthy. She looks like she's in a good place. I did listen to, I want to say the majority of her Stephanie McMahon interview. She's been doing the rounds. Everybody's been doing the rounds on the podcast. And she sounds to be doing okay. Like she sounds to be in a better place than she was in AEW, in WWE last time she was there. But those two come out, they're new tag team champions. They won at WrestleMania. And then Charlotte and Miss Bliss came out. And I was intrigued. I said, oh man, we're about to do exactly what we've been doing before WrestleMania, where tag teams just come out there and just fight each other randomly and aimlessly. And then Nia Jackson and Lash Legend will come out and beat all of them up. That didn't happen this time. Out of nowhere, match was going on, the solid match, not the greatest match. You know, Paige is still getting the legs under her. And out of nowhere, JC Jane takes out Charlotte Flair's legs. And I immediately was like, oh my God, this is happening. Yes.
Yep.
And then Laney Reed hit Alexa Bliss with one of the hardest knees that I think I've ever seen. She like blasted her. Like, or whoever she hit somebody with a knee, but it was impactful. And Fatal Influence made their debut on the main roster. And that was one of my biggest fears because they've kind of teetered since Mandy Rose left, since they stopped being Toxic Attraction. They became Fatal Influence with new members, but JC Jane stayed, or JC Jane created this group. A fear was they were just gonna come up there and just be jobbers, right? They're just gonna come up to the main roster and just be jobbers, but they made an impact, tag team champions. Okay, this is great. We got a new faction. They made an impact. They put the tag team world on notice. Great call up.
Now, how does that work with them? Is there a specific two that always wrestle, or do they kind of like the three of them two will tag, one will be there, then other two will tag, and one will be there? They just kind of rotate around.
Yeah, it depends on the storyline.
Okay.
Because for the most part, like Fallon Henley's single wrestler, JC Jane more singles. Laney Reed is kind of new. She's green. She's the young one in the group. they'll tag, of course, typically to serve the purpose of, JC Jane was the champ, so they would always tag to beat up the people who are trying to challenge her for the championship.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right. So they because NXT doesn't have women tag team championships anymore. They just they tagged randomly to serve a purpose or to get other people over. Right. So it could be randomly whoever be the tag. But I think, as we'll see later, I think they have a specific uh thing they're gonna do on the main roster.
Okay.
But that happened, and I was really pleased, right? Because they came and they just laid waste to people. They didn't get vignettes. This was a genuine surprise. I figured that JC Jane would get called up. I didn't think all of them would get called up at the same time. Because, like I said, Lainey Reed is kind of still green. She's not, she hasn't put in all the time. Like JC Jane's been down there, I feel like, forever. Like JC Jane was in the black and gold NXT. She's been there at least 7 years, like 6, 7 years. She's been there for a while.
6, 7?
Yeah, something like that. Then we get our champion, Mr. Black Eye himself. Cody Rhodes comes out there, and he said words. I don't remember anything he said. I'll be totally honest.
So Cody wanted to come out with an eye patch. Cody wanted to come out with an eye patch and pitched it to Triple H. And Paul went, no. And I'm mad. I'm mad that my man did not get to come out with an eye patch because Pirate Cody could have been the best Cody.
Oh, that would have been memed to death.
And that the eye patch would have had the symbol on it, right?
Oh my God,
it's not going to just be a black eye patch. It's going to be an American Dream eye patch. And honest to God, the merch would have sold.
What? Kids would have been wearing eye patches? Oh my gosh. That would have been awesome.
You telling me that I wouldn't have been on a podcast in a month with a Cody with an American Dream eye patch on just to be a goofball? But that's
oh my God.
It would have sold. Okay. But Paul said no.
He robbed us.
He totally robbed us of Pirate Cody. Cody's promo this week was a better promo than he's had in a little bit because he wasn't, oh, I won and I beat. No, he was like defiant. Like he took shots at Sami Zayn. He called out the locker room. He drew a line in the sand and said, I'm here. Come get me when I'm able to wrestle. I'm not able to wrestle yet, but I'm here. Come get me. That's just not yet. Just wait so I can get cleared. I didn't hate that. And he did call out the outside forces, interjected into his WrestleMania. And okay, it really does feel like at some point we're going to get TKO versus the WWE. Maybe, but I don't need that because it does nothing for me.
Pat McAfee coming back and like, I'm Team TKO, gosh.
Yeah.
No thanks.
But the only other thing that I saw that made a lot of sense was since Roman is now seemingly to be a full-time, at least for the summer, wrestler, USA doesn't have anybody outside of Cody as that big draw. They want CM Punk to be on SmackDown. And it kind of makes sense for CM Punk to move off of Raw and get away from Roman right now. And let Roman and Jacob cook over here. Bring Punk over to SmackDown and find some stuff for him to do there. Like that could work. It could also help SmackDown.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the whole
But his promo wasn't horrible. He did tell TKO that they were 0-3 against them, which was kind of funny.
Way to go, Cody.
What was it like? He said your best or count your money and mind your damn business.
I mean, I respect that.
Yeah. It wasn't a horrible promo.
Okay.
You got to get him on the show because he's not wrestling. That's all.
Yeah. To me, if you heard Cody spit one promo, you've heard them all.
Well, he didn't sound concussed like he did Monday night. The Monday.
Man, thank goodness. That I did notice that he didn't sound like he was like he had just taken 10 muscle relaxers. Like then we get, hold on, let's see if we got it. Yeah, we get a tag match. Yes. Tag team champions, Damian Priest, R-Truth. Love R-Truth.
Yep.
Would never say a bad word about R-Truth. But this match could have been an email. Like MFTs, JC and Tongaloa versus R-Truth and Damian Priest. And they won. The champs won.
I think the person that writes the recaps that I read watches our show because the top takeaway from this match was this was a match that happened. That is a absolute quote from you. That is just cut and paste what you say for matches. 100%.
It happened. It did though. It did. It happened.
This gentleman watches our show.
Yes, it happened. And we can move on because now we had our new United States champion, Trick Williams, who came out to the ring. And did he slap somebody on the way to the ring this week? No.
No. Lil Yachty came out with him.
Unfortunately.
Now Lil Yachty's on the little circle that turns with him. He wasn't on last time. He's on it this time. And
the prophecy, Lil Yachty. The prophecy.
Prophecy. And they came out with the gingerbread man.
The gingerbread man, he came out, he was dancing, he had his little candy cane in his hand, the gingerbread man. Come out, Trick Williams gave an impassioned promo. Little Yachty actually sounded decent on the mic. He was a great hype man.
He's not yelling as much. Like when he yells, his range kind of goes out and it gets too high pitched. When he's being like normal, he sounds great. It sounded great. And they put an end to the open challenge. No more open challenge.
As they should.
Trick don't need that.
He's a champ. He don't need that. You don't need all these sweaty people coming after him every week.
No.
You gotta earn your shot around here.
Exactly.
So he put an end to the open challenge and he got up on the ropes and he got pyro because he deserves pyro because he's a US champion.
It was his pyro this time. It wasn't Sammy's pyro. It was his pyro.
He got the earned pyro for winning the championship. And as he was getting down, that dastardly gingerbread man, I didn't see that coming. At no point did I think that, this gingerbread man is going to turn on Trick Williams.
The gingerbread man had his own dressing room.
Yes. Own dressing room, because it takes a lot to put that suit on. But the gingerbread man turned on Trick Williams, and Little Yachty looked shocked. He was like, "What? What just happened?" And then Little Yachty got beat up too by the gingerbread man. He took his helmet off, or he took his little hat off, and it was Sami Zayn. And I was just floored of what? Sami Zayn took out the gingerbread man, then took out Trick and Little Yachty, the prophecy. And he got booed out of the building.
He got booed so bad. And he looked shocked.
The look on his face like, what do I have to do?
He was standing in the ring being booed, and he actually genuinely looked shocked. Like, wait, what? But I'm the good guy. See what I did?
Man, I love him.
He is going to be a fantastic heel when he fully embraces it.
He already is. Like Sami Zayn just understands. He understands the business. He understands everything, and he leans into whatever he needs to lean into. He can do whatever you ask him to do. I mean, the guy fought Johnny Knoxville at WrestleMania. Like he will do whatever he needs to do to get whatever he needs to get over, other than fighting Karrion Kross. But that's another story for another day. But I enjoyed this segment. I mean, of course, it was ultra predictable, but at the same time, I still have fun with it because they're all fun. They all seem to be having fun.
Right.
Especially Lil Yachty. He living the dream. He's living out his
I'm jealous.
biggest dream. I'm a little. And then let's see what do we got here. Then
We had a match.
We have another fun match. You know, we have The Miz taking on Danhausen. This happened.
It did.
There was pyro. There was a curse, and somebody got smoke blown in their face, or a firework blown in their face. And I kept thinking of Michael Jackson. I was like, man, that's a good thing that guy's hair didn't have like grease or oil in it. 'Cause, man, you know that stuff was really close to his face.
He's not a bad wrestler either.
No.
He's competent in the ring, and that's all he needs to be. He doesn't need to be Roman Reigns in the ring. He doesn't need to be the Usos in the ring. He needs to be competent. And he's competent enough, and everybody loves him.
Yes.
And that's fine. And The Miz, again, The Miz is taking the pin, and The Miz is going 100, 200, 300, 400. How many pins? Okay, 500. Keep going. Pin me again. I'm going to go home to my hot ass wife in my big ass mansion and sit in my Danhausen pool and just chill.
All correct. Right? Like, I get it. Everybody, but he's the first 2-time Grand Slam champion. He at this point, it don't matter. Like, he's rich. He gets to do what he loves. You know, he has a 3-minute match and he loses. Who cares? Who cares? Like, and like you said, he gets to go home to Maurice. That's a win. Like, you could lose every match for the rest of your life.
Yep.
And you get to go home to Maurice.
Yep.
You've won. You know, I think he's underappreciated by the IWC, but I think WWE, one, they use him as much as they can. He does all of their branding. He does any Hollywood, any interview, like they need any of that stuff. He does it. I think the fans have yes, he's underappreciated by the fans because people don't give him his just, and they won't give him his just due until he retires. And he'll have, you know, a great send off. Gunther will choke him out to retire him, and you know he'll get cheers. People get up, people will cry, and they'll say how much they loved him while they booed him 90% of his career. But I like the Miz, other than anytime he's around Carmelo Hayes.
Yep,
that's the only time I don't like the Miz is when he's anywhere around Carmelo. But welcome, Matt. Man, you know what? I didn't even badmouth CM Punk yet. So
no, we didn't get there yet. That's coming.
We didn't get there. Then we get the new women's champion. Rhea Ripley comes out, and the greatest thing that could have happened. Rhea got a new opponent. I thought that Jade was going to come out and we were going to run it back at Backlash. Rhea comes out, and then Fatal Influence's music hit. And
Matt, I hope you take on your final.
I hope so too. I have a final I have to do this week.
I didn't want to say anything. I knew he was taking his final. I didn't want to throw any bad juju his way, but now that you already took it, I hope you passed.
Of course, you passed it. We're speaking that into existence. But you know, Fatal Influence coming out and taking out the tag team champions, that was great. But then Fatal Influence coming out and interrupting Rhea Ripley, that took it to me. This is the greatest call up that WWE's ever done. Like, especially because of how fearful I was of Obafemi. We all know Obafemi's going to do, right? We all know Obafemi's going to call up and he's going to wreck shop, right? Because it was destined. He is the ruler.
Well, now that we're past WrestleMania and they made the right call, everybody was worried. Everybody was worried. When Brock Lesnar got in the ring, you really didn't know what was going to happen.
I'm talking about his first, like the first time we saw him on the main roster was like, this guy's a star, right?
Absolutely. Same thing with Trick.
Yes, but with Fatal Influence, like Fatal Influence is tweeners, right? And to put them in not only a tag team title, like to crush the tag team champs, but go after the champion and JC Jane hold her own on the mic against Rhea Ripley. That
Yep.
said, like I was so happy. Like so happy because she deserved that. Like there are people who still to this day say she can't wrestle. But what did she do? She challenged the world champion and she got her match and she wrestled Rhea and had a damn good match.
She did.
Like they had a damn good match. Like that's like Sol Ruka coming out there challenging Liv Morgan, having a good match, having a solid showing. But this was once again, we know Soul, like Soul is electric. Soul's electrifying. We know she's gonna do great on the main roster. JC Jane was a question mark. Not anymore.
Right.
Like not anymore. She had a like Fatal Influence had a phenomenal Friday night. I just hope they can continue to capitalize on this and don't mess this up. Like you have a chance to make. They were getting. She got Dom heat. Like they were getting booed
Yep.
out of the building. And as a heel group, that's what you want. You want the heat. You don't want silence.
No.
Like every time
I was
she
sad.
spoke, yes, every time she spoke, it just Rhea would speak. It got quiet. They let Rhea speak, and anybody from Fatal Influence said a word, they were getting booed out of the building. That's a win as a heel group. That's a win. But I was impressed. I was impressed with the call up. Impressed that they had the balls to pull a trigger on that and paint them as the badass group that they should paint them as. Because SmackDown needs that,
Yep.
right?
And Rhea needs that too.
Yes,
Rhea needs
correct.
to not be. So again, I read stuff, but Jade has also been making the interview rounds, so it's not just reading dirt sheet stuff. It's actually listening. She really wants to move to Monday nights because she wants to do family stuff. She wasn't there Friday night because her husband, and I didn't even know that her husband was Brandon Phillips from the Reds, was getting inducted into the Reds Hall of Fame or Wall of Fame or whatever it was.
Yeah.
She wanted to be there for her husband, as she should, as a really good baseball player.
Mhm.
And she really wants to move to Monday night, and I think that also would freshen her up and give her fresh opportunities that she hasn't had.
Yes. Just leave BFAB and meet
That's all. You don't need them.
wherever you found them, leave them there.
Yeah, you don't need them,
No
right?
knock on them.
No.
Yeah, she don't need them. She is the person who really doesn't need them. She goes to Monday night. I think that there's a lot of stories to be told on Monday night. I mean, for both of them,
Yes.
But Rhea and JC had a really good match. Of course, shenanigans ensued, which was destined to happen. What I'm glad is that EO didn't come out. Like
I
that
was
was
worried that was going to happen too.
thank
I'm glad it
goodness.
did not.
Yes, let's let Rhea get beat up by herself and turn into Super Rhea and overcome this because she'll keep her title. Like I don't think JC Jane's gonna win. Like if they actually have a match for the title, I don't think JC Jane's gonna win that match. But
No,
I mean, just hovering around the title for a little while and getting some legs. I think Fatal Influence will have gold, and
they
they could
did.
defend the
They,
tag.
they did do a cool thing with R Truth and Rhea and Damien backstage. They kind of recreated where Rhea and Damien were holding the belts up and
Yeah.
R Truth popped up in between them and held the belt up. That was kind of cool. Little moments like that are nice. But yeah, Rhea's going to get some new challengers, and this is a great step. She just has no friends on that
Agreed.
roster right now.
Good. She don't need them.
Right now, she don't.
Need them.
No.
Then we get our main event, Solo versus Jacob. As you know, they made that match earlier, and cool. I mean, like, so what cracked me up in this match? Solo and Jacob are fighting in the ring. MFTs are all around the ring. Tall Tongan wasn't there. Tall
No.
Tongan is
He got
still on
night
the
off.
WWE website. So he is not got like they literally took all of those people off the website Friday afternoon.
Yeah, I think he's actually hurt. I
Perhaps.
think he's hurt, but Solo did kind of like half-heartedly. He's like, I gave him the night off.
I gave him the night off.
Cool.
Good. I mean, once again, I don't wish anyone to lose their job, but they were having this match, and the MFTs were getting involved the entire time. The Usos showed up on a ramp, and they started to walk down, and Jacob like stopped beating up Solo to be like, "No, I told you guys not to come down." And it's like, bro, the MFTs everywhere. But Jacob proved that he didn't need them because he beat the hell out of every single one of the MFTs. Like he took out every one of them.
I think they made Solo look so strong by him taking out. At the same time, you're not really helping the MFTs at this point.
No.
But you made Solo look really good by not having the Usos help him. And then the Usos standing on the ring apron, and Jimmy loved every moment of it. Jimmy was like smiling and kind of nodding at this one, and Jacob was running back and forth and chair in the face and ass in the face over here. And I think they made Jacob look really, really good at the expense of the MFTs, who should no longer be a group after that.
Correct. Like, yes. Like he beat all of them up. He ran all of them through. And of course, the internet, being the internet, said that Tonga Loa can't even take a dive on the table because he fell off the table.
He did.
Bachaloa.
Yeah, Bachaloa rolled off the table, and Jacob had to stop and walk over and
put him back on the table. Hilarious. Like, you can't make this up. It's just, you know what? Hey, man, keep getting the check. Keep being you, man, because we love you. We love you.
Amazing.
That's hilarious, man.
Amazing.
But I mean, that was Friday Night SmackDown. It wasn't the worst SmackDown. I think that they made stars on SmackDown. I think Fatal Influence became made women on SmackDown. They could be a top act. I mean, they just were good. They were great. We got Ricky Saints coming next week. We got Blake Monroe coming next week. So the future's looking bright for SmackDown. Like, the future's looking really good for SmackDown. And I do think we're going to get more switches between brands over the next few weeks.
It doesn't look like you're doing an actual brand split, like or like it seems like they're kind of they're trying it. I don't know. It doesn't.
I mean, the brand split is still the brand split, but like at the same time, when you have top talent, like I'm okay with that. Like, you have the top talent and you want to utilize Jacob, showing up on Raw. That, to me, that's no big deal. Because at the same time, it's furthering the story. Right?
Yep.
It's furthering the story. And it's just putting out new matches, right? Like, we're getting a match that we typically wouldn't get because other than Gunther on Raw, who is Raw? I mean, and then Seth. Like, who's Raw? Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa, Matt.
We're gonna have some fun in the next couple weeks.
I don't even know who Ricky Starks is, but I know who Ricky Saints is. No, I mean, I don't think Ricky is as good as he thinks he is, but I mean, he'll be okay. He'll get a U.S. title run. Him and Trick will have some good matches. But yeah, I mean, it was SmackDown. I think they going back down to 2 hours will do nothing but help.
For now, till everybody complains, like you said.
Yeah, of course, because wrestling, 2 hours not enough. I mean, granted, out of those 2 hours, you might get an hour and 20 minutes of actual wrestling. Well, I'm sorry, right. of actual like WWE time, or maybe even less than that. You'll get about 30 minutes of actual wrestling of the 2 hours.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Nah, no problem. Yeah,
but do you have a list?
I do. So all right. So backstory. Okay. I got work to buy me a subscription to Coursera, right? The website, take the different courses and stuff. I started for a year. I started doing an AI course, right? Like beginner AI stuff, just to kind of learn some stuff because I'm going to need it. And I got 3 months free of Gemini Plus, right? So not just ChatGPT, plain old blah, blah. This is the good one. This is the good paid version.
Is it though? Okay.
We'll see.
When you say Gemini, you're lost.
We'll see.
Go ahead.
We'll see.
Hold up. Who does it? Oh, that's Google. Google's Gemini.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to go with Google. So I'm fooling around today doing stuff for work. And you know what? I need a list tonight. And the Chat GPT lists have been god awful. Let me see what Gemini that is paid for does for give me the 10 most absurd WWE matches of all time. Okay. The 10 most absurd stipulations in matches.
Okay.
And this is what we got. We got a little quick top 10 list of the top 10 absurd matches. Number 10, 2014 Extreme Rules, the Wii LC match. El Torito versus Hornswoggle.
I remember that. El Torito was legit, by the way, but go ahead.
Hornswoggle pinned El Torito after a senton through a table. Okay.
I remember that.
Number 9, we're going to go all the way back to WrestleMania 7, 1991. Or it might have been just before WrestleMania. It might have been like the pre-show. Okay. Jake the Snake Roberts versus Rick Martel in a blindfold match.
No, that was on the main show. That was
on the main show. Okay.
That was a huge match, actually.
That was 2 men with bags over their heads.
Hilarious.
You
have to watch the match.
Me describing it does no justice. Jake the Snake pointing in a direction and the crowd yelling yes or no. Beautiful. Jake the Snake gets the pin via DDT, as he should. Rick Martel doesn't need to win any matches. Number 8, 1995, In Your House, the Hog Pen match. Rookie Hunter Hearst Helmsley versus Henry O. Godwin. Yep. It literally took place in a pig pen with pig manure, and the loser was the one that got dumped into the pig pen.
Yes.
Triple H won the match, but got dumped into the pen afterwards. Ugh.
That was right after the curtain call, and that was Triple H's punishment.
At number 7, we have the Duchess of Queensberry Rules match, 2001 Backlash. William Regal versus Chris Jericho, and the Duchess, who invented rules on the fly every time Chris Jericho would get a pinfall. Until William Regal.
You know what? God bless Chris Jericho.
Yep.
Like he God bless him. Those are the good days. But continue.
Number 6, this might actually be my favorite. 1996, In Your House 6, the Crybaby match. Razor Ramon versus the 1-2-3 Kid. The loser is forced to be powdered and diapered.
Okay. I don't remember this.
After Razor won, he literally powdered the 1-2-3 Kid's backside and stuffed him into an oversized diaper.
Good shit. Such good shit.
Vince McMahon was at the top of his game in 1996. But there's actually a better one. Not the number 5 match that was the WrestleMania 21 sumo match. Akabono versus the Big Show in a big ass diaper.
Yes.
Big Show lost in just about a minute.
Yes. Because he's not a sumo wrestler.
Number 4. Here we're getting into the good matches now. 2020, the horror show at Extreme Rules, the Eye for an Eye match. Seth Rollins versus Rey Mysterio. The loser loses it. The only way to lose was to take out someone's eye, which Seth did on the steel steps removing Rey Mysterio's eye, which grew back after time.
Yes. Thankfully. Because that's the way human anatomies work. Yes.
Not only did Seth Rollins pop his eyeball out, but then Seth turned and threw up just to keep the
I mean, he popped his eyeball. Wouldn't you throw up if you popped somebody? Yeah, I mean, it's realistic.
Now the top 3 most absurd matches. This probably could take the place at number 1, but the custody of one Dominic Mysterio ladder match in 2005 at SummerSlam. Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio for custody of the child.
I mean, Eddie's his real dad, so he should have custody. I mean, I digress.
I will never, ever, ever forget little Dominic running up and shaking the ladder, trying to push it over while Eddie was climbing up the ladder.
Just good times. Once again, you can't make this stuff up. That's why Dom is the greatest Mysterio.
This actually, number 2, might be my favorite one on the list. King of the Ring 2000, the evening gown match. Pat Patterson versus Gerald Briscoe in a hardcore evening gown match. Both men were in evening gowns, beat the crap out of each other, and then Crash Holly ran into the ring, invoking the 24/7 rule, pinned Pat Patterson, who at the time I think was 80 years old, and won the hardcore title.
Sounds incredible. I definitely didn't see that, but
I unfortunately remember that match. I watched a clip of the video and I was like, "Oh shit, I do remember this. This was awful." I didn't and the number 1 per this list, the Kennel from Hell match at Unforgiven 1999. Al Snow versus the Big Boss Man in a steel cage surrounded by vicious Rottweilers. It was the big blue cage, right? The big where you could put your whole head through the cage. Mm-hmm. The Rottweilers, you couldn't even see them if you were in the ring because they were down on the floor. The dogs weren't vicious. They were barking and happy. One of the dogs even urinated on the ground. One of the dogs kept looking at the camera and barking. Al Snow escaped the steel cage while the dogs were barking at the cameras, not the wrestlers.
I mean, yeah, imagine, no, just for a second, imagine if they actually got rabid Rottweilers.
Right.
Because one, they'd be in the ring and they'd just see somebody running the ropes and just maul them immediately. Bless the WWE. You know what match should have been on there that was not on there?
What match?
Was the Bret Hart versus Jerry the King Lawler, Kiss My Foot match? Where
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that should have been on there. That was very absurd. That's the only one I could think of that's not on that list. But that was a fun list.
That's what I was looking. I was looking for something fun, and absurd WWE matches are really fun. Sometimes.
Yeah, they are. They are. I mean, Vince, blesses. I mean, Vince McMahon a lot better than Vince Russo. Because if you did a absurd WCW list of matches, they would be that would they had some really crappy ones back in the day. When they started losing the Monday Night Wars and they hired Vince Russo and he just went crazy. But speaking of going crazy, I was thinking as Monday Night Raw started and Seth Rollins' music hit, Seth Rollins came out. He comes out in all black, but he comes in the ring and he starts speaking like Seth Rollins, right? Seth Rollins has that very high nasally cadence, very whiny sounding. And I remember everybody kept saying flamboyant, calling Seth Rollins flamboyant. like, oh, flamboyant, and maybe it's just the colors of the suit. I
Mhm.
just, I just don't see it. Like, I think he's the same.
Right
He
now?
can't be anybody else.
No.
No, well, yeah, he just can't. He can't.
I I don't hate serious Seth, but I like flamboyant Seth more.
I just think they're one and the same. Like I just feel like he can't not be like he can't not sound the same, and he can't not like he could dress differently, but everything he does just is the exact same to me. Like I don't see a difference. I mean, he could be fired up and be angry, but typically it all sounds the same.
Okay.
And Seth comes out, and then Braun comes out, and we get and this one I truly realized Backlash is in 2 weeks, guys. Like, they made the like they're talking about a match, and it's like 2 weeks from now. It's like, what are we doing? Like, how did we get here so fast? We're already at the next PLE, and we got to fast track these matches. I mean, this match, of course, was ready made because this match was supposed to happen in Mania. Braun gets in the ring, and Seth runs him down and calls his father stupid or calls his uncle stupid and runs down the Steiner name, and he says, you know, you're the no, before he does that, Braun Breaker does a really good Seth impression.
Yeah, he did.
and he hit Seth with the you'd always been the second best. And that hurt me because Seth Rollins is perhaps the best wrestler that they have on the roster. He's been the best wrestler they've had on the roster for like the last 10 years. To me, wrestling wise, bell to bell.
Now, I have to agree. I know some people won't, but
But he has always been second. He's like Macho Man Randy Savage, right? Macho Man was always second fiddle to Hogan.
yep.
Like no matter what,
Even with the
you
belt.
know, even when he had the title, he was second fiddle to Hogan. And once again, that wasn't Vince's doing. It was just the people, right?
Yep.
He'll never like Seth will never be bigger than Roman. No matter John Moxley, he'll never be big. Like they'll never be bigger than like Roman has made himself into, or maybe the machine has made Roman into the biggest thing that they have. CM Punk is not. No,
CM Punk's in the
but I
top 20.
digress.
Uh,
Yeah. But I thought this promo was fine. Like I thought both of them, it was serviceable. It doesn't get me more excited for the match, but I mean they're gonna beat the hell out of each other. I could tell you that much. Okay.
what? Oh God, I'm sorry. I was listening to you talking and I zoned out for a second. Wait, what did you say? Did I?
I just said that they're just gonna beat the hell out of each other. Like
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be a good match.
it's
Um,
gonna be a really good match. Um, but before the match started, there was a pre-taped vignette.
I did not see that. I started
Yeah,
Raw late, and I never
yeah.
went back and watched it.
I started late, but I went back and I kind of sped through a lot of it. But we had Roman Reigns,
Mhm.
and on either side of him were the Usos. But
Yes.
he didn't talk to them like he was above them. He talked to them as equals, which I like. I like this new direction that they're taking it, where Roman isn't the cocky, I'm the best in the world and you guys are my underlings, but he actually sought their advice out, which he didn't do in the past. And I like the evolution of the character. Um, Rollins and Breaker, you could have stretched this out a little bit. You didn't need to. I know this was supposed to be the WrestleMania 42 match. Really didn't need to. This has to be one of more than one match. This can't just be a one-off. Like this is it, right?
Yeah.
You
Well,
can't.
yeah.
Like
But
maybe this is it for now, but we have to come back to it, don't we?
I mean, they
Like
have like 5 PLEs in the next month, so
yeah, they do.
I think they'll have more more chances to fight each other. But I mean, Braun did solid on the mic. You know, Seth is Seth. Seth's gonna give you what he gives you, but I thought Braun held his own.
I
Like
thought Braun
I
held his
thought
own.
Braun was.
One thing I have a question about is Braun came out with Heyman to Braun's music, right? Braun
Okay.
didn't come out with Heyman to Division's music. Braun came out as Braun by himself with Heyman.
Well,
to
Division
Braun,
don't have music.
but they
Division
do
don't have music.
because later in the night, when Logan and Austin come out, they come out to Division with Vision music without Paul Heyman.
Do they?
Yeah.
I thought they came out to Humble.
No, I mean, well, it's Division. It's I don't remember what the song was, but because it is
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the graphic.
The graphic is Division, right?
Well, but yeah, because they're a tag team.
Right, but there was
Braun.
Paul Heyman with them. But the Paul, I don't know. It just feels like it's like they're a group, but they're not. Like, come on, when the Bloodline was together, if the Usos came out, the Wise Man was there. If Roman came out, the Wise Man was there. He was always with them, right? All of them.
Yeah, but they also well, the Vision is weird because one, I think they're upset that they did this now, that they have Austin Theory and Logan Paul because they just don't fit.
No,
Like, they
it
don't
doesn't
fit.
fit at all right now.
Yeah,
Bronson Reed should be back soon. You saw it.
And then you'll see Paul.
You saw the tweet, right? There's I said it in his chat earlier. So Roman, there's a picture of Roman's new sneakers.
Oh yeah, with the
Bloodline. He's sitting there like this, just kind of going like that.
I respect that. The tribal thief. Like I get it. I really do feel like Paul is setting himself up to just kind of hang around main event talent.
And that's fine.
Logan and Austin is just not that.
They just kind of need to break them off from the Vision thing. Like, just like do away with that now.
Okay. Like, to me, I don't care one way or another.
It was weird, but I understand Heyman doesn't need to be with them now that Braun's back. That's his.
I don't know. Like, I think that might be by design. Like, that might be by design. So once Bronson comes back, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed take out Logan and Austin and become tag team champs. I don't know. Like, it could be that. It could, like, I don't know. I try, honestly, don't pay attention when Logan Paul and Austin Theory come out. Like, okay. We'll get to that.
Okay.
When why they came out. Okay. Now I remember. I remember exactly why they came out. But before that, we get an Intercontinental title match. We get Penta versus Rusev.
Penta versus Rusev with a ringside guest.
Yes. All Ego. They have strapped the Rocket to Obafemi. I think that they're strapping the mid-card Rocket to All Ego Ethan Page. He's kind of hanging around that mid-card title, and I think he would do wonders as the Intercontinental Champion because he's such a smug heel.
Yep.
And he's a good wrestler too. So I think he would do great. But he was there. You know, we get Rusev, we get Penta. I'll be totally honest. I think I was doing something else during this match. But I do remember the ending of it because Ethan Page got in the ring to help Rusev beat down Penta, and Rusev looked at Ethan like he was going to eat his head off. He was going to bite his head off. And then Penta started getting the best of him, and then Ethan Page came in and helped. They jumped him, and then Javon Evans came in. Let's just do a fatal four-way. I don't want to see any tags. I don't care about tag matches.
You're going to get the tag next week.
We are, for sure.
And then we'll get the fatal four-way at Backlash, and that'll be the fourth match. You won't see any. I don't think there's any women on the Backlash card yet. Oh, no. There is. I'm sorry. There is. There's one women's match on the Backlash card right now.
I didn't even know that there was.
There's.
I haven't paid attention. Maybe we'll get there.
Yeah.
maybe we'll get there. But yeah, I mean, Penta won. The bad guys got beat up. Javon and Penta stood tall. And I think Javon is going to be the one to take the title off of Penta. And then I think Ethan takes the title off of Javon.
Okay. Okay. I don't hate that. I like that.
And then we get the moment of the night.
Yep.
Becky Lynch is the greatest. Like I could come out here and say this every week. She comes out here and says, I want to do an open challenge for, I'm tired of this old blood. I want new blood. And EO Sky's music hit and my eyes lit up. I was like, holy
I got excited for a minute.
How did I not think of this?
Yep.
This is genius because those two are great workers.
Yep.
And they have great chemistry. And Becky had the line of, I didn't ask for you. I laughed so hard. I said I wanted new blood, not you. Oh, you want to get Rhea? You want Rhea to come down here? Did Rhea give you permission to come down? Becky Lynch is the greatest.
She called her the Marty Jannetty to Rhea Ripley Shawn Michaels.
She's great.
She just clowned her.
That's insane, especially given EO Sky is one of the greatest wrestlers on the planet.
Yes.
and EO just standing there is like, all right, let's do this. They have a match, and of course it's a banger. Like, how does it not? How could it not be? Like, how could it not be? Because they're just two of the best.
Normally, if I'm behind, I normally fast forward through most of the matches just to get to the segment, so I have something when I watched this match. This was a fun freaking match.
Because those two couldn't have a bad match against each other. They simply couldn't. It was a very fun match. And I mean, of course, the right person won. Becky won because this story ain't over.
Nope.
EO was about to win. Of course, Asuka comes out, clips the wings of young EO Sky, and she walks right into a manhandle slam. Now do we get a triple threat?
Not first.
The IWC hates multi-men match or multi-women matches, but
at IWC, I don't believe in them still, but they do.
I mean, I would love to see those three. I mean, I would have loved to see Kyrie. Now, and of course,
go ahead.
Corey Graves comes out there and says, and says that they banished Kyrie. And EO says she banished Kyrie. Oh my God, that made me mad.
So,
like, I get it, but
yeah, the shirt that Asuka wore on Monday was the same shirt that she wore the very first time she brought Kyrie onto TV.
Now, I am 100% positive.
It's not the exact same shirt, but it's it's the same. That is cool shit. When they do stuff like that, the little things like that then probably the IWC that I still, whatever, they probably picked up on it. Somebody picked up on it. That, because I saw a side-by-side picture, because, you see shit, you don't really believe it, but that picture, awesome. That's a nice little touch. That's a nice moment.
How in the hell, like, one, you internet detectives,
thank you for doing stuff that I don't want to do.
I wouldn't even have thought to do that. Like, until you just said that, I would have just, cool. She wore a shirt. Like,
I wouldn't have known.
No. Damn it.
I'm glad for little Easter eggs like that other people find. You know what? It's the same thing with movies. I don't look for Easter eggs when I'm watching a show. I'm watching the show. Let someone else go back and watch frame by frame, and then you tell me the stuff that I missed. And then when I see it again, I go, oh yeah, okay, that's cool.
Great.
You do the work so I can talk about it.
Touche. But great match.
Yes.
We're definitely gonna get Oscar and Io Sky.
Well,
Finally,
that was made official for Backlash.
Mm-hmm. It is, and I'm happy for that. And I think Io will win.
It'll be a good match. It's gonna be a great.
It's gonna be a great match. It's gonna be a great match, and I'm 100% sure that they're gonna end up crying at the end of this match.
That's fine
because they're sad.
Sure.
Like everybody's poured their heart out this weekend, over Io. I'm sorry, Kyrie being gone, and we know that they're really, really great friends.
Yep.
And this is going to be a personal match, and I think that's going to elevate this match to something special. They're gonna put on. They couldn't have a bad match if they wanted to, but they're gonna put on something special on Sunday or whatever day the Backlash is going to be on. They're both gonna probably have on gear that is Kyrie Sane inspired.
They'll do Kyrie moves, a move here, a move there, and that's cool. I want to see that. I like when wrestlers do that stuff. Do it now, get it out of the way, and then move yourselves on.
For sure. We did have a nice little segment backstage with the you know what? You won me over. You better not lose this match.
Which one?
Real El Grande, the tall one. You can't lose this match. He's the greatest. Like he is so like. I thought when they first started the gimmick, I was like, all right, man, because I like the shorter guy. Like I really do.
I did.
But boy, the tall guy who I don't know who he is. I still don't know to this day.
It's weird. It's funny. And I this is one of the last thing I posted in the wrestling chat was oddly with all the releases going on. It's been 325 days since Chad Gable has wrestled on television and 409 days since Ludwig Kaiser has been seen wrestling on TV. Like both of these really good wrestlers just kind of fell off the face of the earth and nobody knows what's happened to them.
I don't understand why you would post that. Do you want them to get fired? Do you want TKO to see that and then fire
That's
them?
true. They do watch us.
They do. Like, why would you wish that evil on? Because those two guys, they're probably training people how to fight. Like they're probably backstage. They're probably just helping people get better. Because then, we had that segment. Then we get Joe Hendry come out here and have a concert.
I fast forwarded through it.
There are people who love him. Like there are people who love him. I don't get it. Like after. The first time I was privy to Joe Hendry, I just so happened to be going down a TNA rabbit hole because I Steiner Math put me on a TNA rabbit hole, right? It drew me down a TNA rabbit hole, and I started watching like old Samoa Joe, AJ Styles stuff. Like, I mean, just like great, not just great promos, but great TNA moments.
Right.
And I ended up on like the last TNA episode, and somebody was backstage and they were like, what, Joe Hendry? He popped out of a refrigerator. And I laughed so hard. And it was to say his name. And I was like, oh, that's genius. Who's this guy? And then I went down the Joe Hendry rabbit hole of like finding all of these different clips of him popping out of these weird random spots. And I was like, that's so cool. This guy's over. And then, of course, the music got over it. Like the theme song got over. And it was like, a billion streams on Spotify. And then I started watching TNA. And he did a concert where he was running down AJ Francis. And I was like, this shit is trash. This is the worst thing I've... Like, once he opens his mouth, you lost me.
I was all in on the entrance. I was in on the popping up. I loved the WrestleMania appearance and getting RKO by Randy. And like, I fast forwarded through the concert and then saw Logan and then I backed it up and it's like, oh, let me watch this. It was okay. You're Elias 2.0. You're Elias 2.0 with catchier lyrics. And
don't disrespect Elias. Elias had heat. Elias concerts were actually very entertaining. This was not.
No, it was not. No, it wasn't. It was a vehicle to get Logan and Austin down. And that
made no sense to me.
Funny, out of nowhere, the line about getting Logan Paul fired. Like, Why is he catching strays?
That one.
It was just a stray.
Poor timing. Poor timing.
Yeah.
You know, like, because now you got people, oh, you should fight. No, you should not. Like, if anybody on WWE should be safe, it's Logan Paul. Like, but anyways, he comes down there like a rabid dog. Just, you want to fire me? Like, that was actually funny. Logan Paul running down there. Yeah, you can't fire me. Like,
yeah,
hilarious. He was like he was.
Yeah.
Then the Street Profits came down. They beat up the Vision, or Logan Paul and Austin Theory, the group formerly known as the Vision. And Joe Henry was just there. Like, this made no sense to me. Like, nope. this ain't setting up a single. I mean, it probably is setting up a single.
But it felt more like once the Street Profits got there, it just kind of felt like it was a weird bridge to get the Street Profits to jump the Vision because they're going to get the belts back.
Correct. Like, because that's the right thing to do.
Well,
let's put some titles on Street Profits and give them a good run. But
Montez lost all the weight, and Dawkins looked good too.
Dawkins did. I mean, they were both greased up. I tell you that much. Like, they came down looking really shiny. There was somebody back there with a water bottle squirting them up before they come out the curtain. Right, just like Trick. Yeah, somebody they walk through and they just spray them down. Hopefully they didn't smack. Hopefully they didn't smack them. Oh, but yeah, this segment made no sense. Joe Hendry saved the singing for something. Like, that gimmick is not good. It might have worked in TNA, but it's not going to work long term for you.
Hang on, I'll be back 1 second while you're talking.
Okay. But then we get Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. El Grande said he wanted to test one of the greatest masked wrestlers before he got ready for his match with the OG El Grande Americano when they have their mask versus mask match at a Triple A event, or Triple A, as Chelsea Green says.
There we go.
So he took on Rey Mysterio. The match was exactly like every other. I mean, Rey Mysterio can still go. El Grande is a great wrestler.
Yep.
The match, of course, ended in shenanigans. But I mean, Rey Mysterio got the win because they kept trying to force the plate. Then one thing that the two El Grandes know how to do is brawl each other. Because boy, they really go after each other. Like, that shit looks like they really dislike each other and they go all out. And there's a little bit of every type of fighting style.
So they're doing a match versus match mask on May 30th, right?
Mask versus mask.
Mask versus. Did I say match versus match? I meant mask versus mask. So
I know what you meant.
Are they going to actually unmask one of them, or is there going to be some shenanigans that prolongs this?
No.
We're going to end it.
Mask versus mask. Yeah, mask versus mask in Lucha Libre is the loser will take off their mask no matter what. You could try to run, but people are going to find you. They're going to hold you down and take off your mask. Like, one person will leave that match without a mask.
Okay.
Yes. This is like, that's the one thing is certain in Lucha in CMLL or AAA. If you have a mask versus mask match, whoever loses is dishonored, disgraced. They lost their mask. And we'll finally see somebody back from catering. I don't know who, though. Don't know who. I mean, there's only one choice to lose this match. It has to be.
The short one.
It has to be. If the tall El Grande loses that mask, that'll be the greatest that'll be the greatest missed opportunity in the history of wrestling.
I agree.
Like, the greatest. Then we get Adam Pearce backstage, and Grayson Waller says, "You know what? Why don't I get any matches? Why does everybody else get all the opportunities? I'll take on anybody. I don't care who it is." And Adam Pearce says, "Oba Femi." And he's like, "Oba who? Overrated bar." That was a line. And he said, "No, Oba Femi, right behind you." And Oba Femi looks so big standing next to Grayson Waller. Like, he towered over Grayson Waller. And we got our next match. Obafemi versus Grayson Waller. How long do you think this match lasts, Frank?
This match, I would put on 47 seconds.
Perhaps. Yes, it was less than a minute. Oba comes in there, and his walk was longer than the match. And then after the match, he said that, okay, since Trick decided to get rid of the U.S. Open Challenge, I will have the Obafemi Open Challenge. I
Okay.
love this and hate this at the same time.
I feel the same way about the loving and the hating. And I think I hate it because I want to see him in the bigger pictures, but I get it because there's really just no room for him at this particular moment in the title picture because of what's going on. And this is a good way to keep him on TV every week and keep him squashing people until he can get into the title picture.
Who do you think ends the Obafemi Open Challenge?
What? Who beats him?
Yes.
So he's going to be just on Raw doing this, right? Or is he going to go? Okay.
I assume.
Jeez, I don't know. That's a good question.
It was a trick question, Frank, because nobody's going to beat him in this Open Challenge.
Well, that's kind of where I was like in my head. I was like, well, I don't want to. They're not going to do a Goldberg length of undefeated for him.
Yeah, no. I think by SummerSlam, either he's going to be in the world title picture or
SummerSlam they bring Brock back. He retires Brock, and then we move forward.
Oh God, no, thank you. Let's he's already retired Brock.
I hope so.
I think at SummerSlam he gets no. Well, yeah, maybe. Yeah, SummerSlam's away. What's that? 3 months away?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 3 months. Yeah, I think by SummerSlam he can.
Between now and SummerSlam, there's 72 pay-per-views.
Oh, perhaps, yeah. I don't think he'd do anything, and that'd actually be a great way to because they did the same thing with Brock. Brock beat The Rock at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
To start his first world title run, clean, like in a great match.
Yeah.
I would actually like to see that Oba versus Roman at SummerSlam. Clean win for Oba. Not a quick match, but like a solid 14, 15-minute match. Not a long match, but a clean win for Oba. But yeah, he mopped up Grayson Waller. And I like the Open Challenge, but at the same time, like nobody's gonna beat him. We're not gonna have KO show back up, like kind of like the John Cena Open Challenge, where and then you get a young plucky guy from NXT. There's really no stakes there. It's just kind of a showcase for Obafemi, which I like. But like, who's he gonna be beating up? He has to have some good matches in there, though.
Yeah, he does.
Like we can't just have squash matches. I don't think that after a while that gets old.
Right. You're not going to send Grayson Waller out there to take another pin. You're not going to send Austin Theory out there to take a pin. He's got to have some competitive matches where they're not all like we've seen 4 or 5 30-second matches. We know that he can do that. Now I want to see him wrestle. I want to see him pushed a little bit more. I don't want to see him lose, but I want to see him challenged a bit.
Yeah, if he loses the Open Challenge, then what do we do? I think we lost the plot. Totally. If he loses. But yeah, at the same time, like I need him to at some point he has to get challenged. And I think that the roster has enough people and they have a few wrestlers. I have a few names in mind who I think could really challenge him and push him to the point of almost losing.
Okay.
One of those names will actually surprise you. One of those names is Otis. I think if Otis came down there and
that'd be a good that Otis can wrestle.
Yes. I think they would have a damn good match. Then we get a little backstage chicanery. The Judgment Day. I'm gonna be totally honest. I love this Roxanne, because earlier in the evening, I think we forgot, or I forgot, Stephanie Vicaire walking back, just looking like Stephanie Vicaire, bless her
Mm-hmm.
spirit. And she just got rocked by Roxanne. No, Raquel. Raquel
Rockwell.
just rocked her out of nowhere. And then Roxanne came out of nowhere. And then Liv was just sitting there, just sitting there watching her minions just beat up on Stephanie Vicaire. And Roxanne pushed a daggone like speaker box or something. I don't even know what that is, like a
It was a road
Raffers.
case. Yeah, it was a road case.
Yeah, the
Just
road
a speaker
case.
box. Yeah.
Yes, and those are heavy. Pushed that into her head, took her out. I
Yep.
think Stephanie might be injured, and
She
some
is.
people were saying that's why
Yeah.
she lost that match at Mania. But of course they're selling the injury. But the optics of those three together. I was like, oh, Judgment Day is alive and well because those three they could carry it.
Yep.
They're a great heel female faction group. Dom helps everybody, but they don't really need the men. I think those three could really just hold it down by themselves.
Yeah.
But then we get a tag team match, and the winners, might get a tag team title match. You get Bailey and Lyra versus Roxanne
Well,
and Raquel.
so before they went out, Liv pulled Roxy aside and had a little one-on-one with her, and setting the little seeds there, maybe, right?
Planting a few. Mm-hmm.
And then Liv walks away, and Finn slides up all slick, telling her not
Like
to trust anyone.
like the guy that you're cheating on your boyfriend with, like just hey, he don't know I'm here, do we?
Yep.
Like that was funny. Like Finn's face,
Great.
Finn's
Great.
his face is just like he just looks so slimy and like he's so happy though. He's so happy he's doing something behind their back. It's funny. I liked her answers, but
Sure.
at the same time, she sounded like she doesn't know who to trust,
Right.
which
And
opens the door for a lot of possibilities.
yes. Just when you think the Judgment Day is done, they come back stronger than ever.
Bro,
Every time.
and I'm here for it. I don't like they need to end. No, they don't. Like, the bloodline need no, they don't. Like
No.
if you can keep telling a compelling story,
Evolve
keep
it. That's
run
all.
it. Yeah, run it as long as you can, as long as you can continue to tell compelling stories. And they have.
We're in the bottom of the 7th inning with the bloodline now, right? Bottom of the 7th?
Yes. I think we're actually in the 5th. Like, we just keep backing it up. I think we just started the 3rd.
It's a double header.
Top of the 3rd. Yeah,
it's
exactly.
a double header.
Yes. But this is a great, like, I feel bad for Bailey and Lyra. But I will never not love Raquel and Roxanne as a team. Like, as a tag team, I think that they perhaps could be one of the best tag teams that the WWE has, men and women. When you get those two together, and they have such great chemistry. And they beat Bailey and Lyra. And once again, I do feel bad for them because I just think all of them are talented, but somebody has to win. Somebody has to lose.
It's Roxanne's hometown. Roxanne's from.
They were in Laredo.
And for it's rare that the WWE actually lets you win in your hometown. Because always, like Drew McIntyre, hello? Like whenever you're in your hometown, it's like, yeah, you're taking an L here. All my friends and family came out to see me wrestle. Yeah, you're going. You're getting the pin.
They drove. This is the first time they're ever seeing me, and you're gonna have me look like a complete and utter jackass and lose.
Not just look like a jackass. I'm gonna eat the pin in some weird ass way too.
Yes. I mean, Roxanne was cheered when she came out. She was cheered every time she was on the screen. She got the tag in. They just cheered. I love Roxanne.
I love her finishing move. I love that finishing move.
Yeah,
I love the fact that John Cena took it.
He did because John
Cena
is the GOAT, the greatest of all time.
And it was a decent tag match, but
yeah.
Okay.
And then we get to the main event, the final act of the show, we get Roman Reigns come out, said he, to answer the challenge of Jacob Fatu. Jacob comes out, and I'll be totally honest. This is a fucking weird ending. This is weird.
This was weird. It was weird, but at the same time, like, I don't understand because Roman is the clear baby face, right?
Is he?
He got okay. Roman got cheered like the clear baby face because it's Roman Reigns.
Yeah, it's Roman Reigns.
So is what Jacob did to not, he's not a heel now, right? Like he's kind of an in between.
So
that's what I don't get.
Roman comes out and kind of runs Jacob down.
A little bit.
Like, kind of.
A little bit.
Jacob comes out, I need this. Like, you don't understand how bad I need. Like, I've been desperate like Jacob before. That's why I feel Jacob. I think that's why Jacob resonates so much with people, because people have been in his position. Everybody's counting me out. You didn't think I could do this, but I have to prove to myself that I can. And Roman is like, you ain't ready. And that just set Jacob off. And Jacob went straight for his throat. And I was like, what is happening right now?
I didn't realize it, but someone taught Jacob the Tongan death grip.
Oh my God.
That's what he did.
Yes. First it looked like the mandible claw. And I was like, oh, he don't have a glove on. That's disgusting. But I digress. I digress. And then he went for the Tongan death grip.
You can't put your fingers in Roman's mouth, man. He got leukemia. That's gross.
No,
you go get him
veneer. Them big ass veneers, man. You can lose all your fingers in that.
Jesus but Dad, it is so. But that's just like, do you turn Jacob heel because Roman's going to get the cheer? Like, so what? He can go in the way he is as a kind of an in-betweener, right? Like a tweener. He's not.
Yes.
What he's now, I guess you're not putting the belt on Jacob at Backlash. So Jacob leaves the ring.
Are you?
Jacob leaves the ring, and Roman gave him the match. Grabbed the mic, and Roman sold great. Roman's great. It was great sell.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God. I can't talk, but I can say I'm gonna fight you.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you could put the belt on Jacob and have Roman chase him. It doesn't really hurt Roman to lose the belt.
We have like 20 pay-per-views, so I mean, you just flip-flop them like
20 pay-per-views in the next 2 months. Yeah.
Correct. We have a lot.
Eventually,
we have a lot before SummerSlam.
Eventually, you're going to bring Jacob into the fold, right? Kind of like what you did with Jay, or maybe not.
I don't think so. I don't think so. That's a great question.
Yeah.
I've thought of that, but it doesn't make sense. But at the same time, it does.
They did that with Jay. They did it with Jimmy.
He was also evil then, though.
He was.
He did that to keep amassing power.
That's true.
So if you're doing it for your family,
right,
then it's two totally different dynamics. I mean, he has become Dom Toretto from the Fast and Furious. Like he could be doing it for family, and at the end of every saga, he could just add people to the bloodline. Like that, now they're all part of his family.
He could bring him in as the family, and you get the money because you're with me. You don't have to fight me to get the money. You come with me, and we'll go rob the police station together.
Yes, like boy, WWE has an opportunity to. and then like Jacob and Jay end up going to space at some point. Like they have a really unique opportunity here.
Listen, you find Kevin Owens hanging out just repairing cars, and suddenly Kevin Owens put a rocket engine on the top of a hatchback, right? Because why not?
Somehow, Kevin Owens is actually Roman Reigns' brother.
Yo,
and then like somehow we didn't know this whole time, but somehow Roman Reigns had a long lost brother, and it happened to be Kevin Owens.
That would
And
be
then
never seen
you know,
before on
yeah,
wrestling or in movies.
never, never. And it's all because what's more important in life
Family.
than family?
And then
Like
and
nothing.
then and then TKO turns around and sues the Fast and the Furious franchise for
Correct.
stealing their idea. Because we've
They
been
finally
planning that
dropped
for
Fast
years.
11, and they're like, "What? We came up with like Roman Reigns? Like that's crazy."
Right.
Vin Diesel, stop.
Listen,
Cease and
I'm all
desist.
for it. I'm all for it.
I mean, like, so I don't know. I don't know if they'll bring Jacob into the fold, but it makes sense. Once again, like they can definitely Fast and the Furious in this, and
Sure they
it
can.
would make me laugh every second of it because now that I've said it, they have to do
Yeah.
it. Like now, this must happen.
Kevin Owens coming back to be the brother that he never knew he had after fighting him all this time. It's
all this time.
cinema. It's cinema. I'm all in.
Yes, all in. But yeah, I mean, good. I would say these were 2 solid episodes. They weren't the
Sure.
worst.
No.
We got call ups. We got Joe Hendry on Raw. We got Fatal Influence on SmackDown. We're getting a lot more call ups soon. NXT is flourishing. Like Evil showed up on NXT. A lot of the Evolve guys showed up on NXT. Everybody kept saying, "Well, now that you fired all these people and all these call ups, nobody's gonna be NXT." They go through this every single cycle. The big guys go up to the main roster. Everybody says that NXT has nobody, and Sean just makes stars, right?
Yep.
Sean's gonna make stars. They have a lot of young talent down there. Tony D'Angelo is a talent. Tony D'Angelo really is main roster ready. He's gonna hold it down there until he gets his call up moment. And I really do feel like he could be a main event talent, if given the right story. Because he's one of the only people who has beat Obafemi. He's beat Obafemi twice.
Ooh.
So there is some story there. There's a lot of story there that could be told. So the future's bright. I think TKO just has to get out of their own way. They can make all of the money in the world and still please the wrestling fans. You don't have to spit in our face. You don't have to price us out. Like
No.
you can still make a ton of money. Of course, it hurts because you don't do house shows anymore, so you're losing money. So that's of
Yep.
course one of the reasons why they raise prices for those PLEs. But I mean, Saudi's gonna pay you a lot of money just to go there, and that's
Yeah,
gonna
they are.
sell out. So give us some grace. Give us
Please.
some grace. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited for the future of the WWE. I think. Um, I have a question though before we go.
Yes.
Do you think Carrie Zane will be back?
No.
Okay.
No.
I
I don't.
I think
I mean, in the next year, no. Maybe down the line, but I don't think so. I don't. It's the same way I don't think Dakota Kai will come back. I saw she did an interview with Chris Van Vliet, and she basically said she's looking at smaller things. She doesn't want to go back to a big promotion right now.
I don't think they want Dakota Kai
Well,
back.
probably
Like
not. It's a night and day different wrestlers. I understand that.
Yeah.
No, I think
Yeah.
she went back to Japan, and she could just have an amazing career over there
I mean, she already
without
has.
thinking right.
She is widely regarded as one of the greatest stardom
Right.
wrestlers of all
So
time.
why
Like
does she need to come back? I stay over there and do your thing.
once again, they might throw some bread at her. Like because I do I would love to have seen that story gotten finished. Like if she could have been gone the next day, but I would have loved to have seen her turn, like her finally stand up to Asuka, and them have a just they would have one of the most brutal matches that you've seen in female wrestlers. They could have gone like strong style in this match and just beat the hell out of each other. I would have loved to have seen that. Unfortunately, unfortunately, we're gonna get that with Oscar and Io on at Backlash. I think they're gonna really beat
Yeah,
the hell out of each other, in a very brutal style match. But I would have just liked to have seen Kyrie do that.
me too.
But yeah, I think I'll be totally. I think she's gonna come back at Backlash. I'll be totally honest.
If
I'll
she
be
comes back,
surprised.
if she comes back at Backlash, it won't surprise me. Like I won't be like, oh wow, because we've seen it before.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if she don't come back at Backlash.
Gotcha.
Like I'll be surprised if they don't just throw a boatload of money at her in just a 1-year contract, right? Come and just tell this tremendous story, make us a ton of money, and then you can do whatever you want to do for the rest of your life. But like the money is what matter. And I think her and Oscar would be money, and
They
people have said that.
absolutely would.
Yeah, money, whether it be SummerSlam, whether it be Survivor Series, like at a big PLE, not Backlash. I don't want them to. I don't want them to fight Clash of Italy. I want them to be in one of the big ones.
Right.
You know,
Right.
big stage, big fight, and just obliterate each other in the ring. But on that note, we're going to go ahead and end this week. Thank you so much once again, Matt, the Ace, for showing up. We appreciate you guys. Anybody who listened, anybody who watched. I'm going to figure out this Facebook thing because I could not figure out how to make it public. I did make it public, but I couldn't make the video public. It kept saying private. It's weird.
I'll look at
try
my
to figure that out.
and see if there's something I can look at and tell you.
Word. And hopefully we get more viewers. Hopefully get more people to join us on the island because we are going to keep doing this. And Backlash is damn next week.
Right around the corner.
What are we doing? What are we doing, WWE? They want all the money. And then after that, it's like a Saturday night's main event. It's like 3 of them or something. Like it's weird.
And then there's another pay-per-view, and then there's another Saturday night main event, and then there's 2 pay-per. It's ridiculous the schedule that they have.
It's insane. But I mean, it's a good time to be a wrestling fan, I guess.
It is.
I guess. And of course, I don't have it queued up because I can't find it. But then again, I always find it. There we go. I'll catch y'all next time.